But if you talk about lyrics, I was wondering, if you talk about Lulu, what is so exciting about this girl? Do you see Lulu more as a femme fatale, or is she maybe like a victim of manhood?
She's obviously a femme fatale. People don't chase a victim of manhood, whatever that might be. I can't figure that one. I think I'll leave that one alone. You know, it says in one of the songs, is that a drum roll?
No, it's just I have to pee. Too much coffee.
The thing is that she's the kind of, in those times, that kind of woman very frowned upon. Today, there's still a double standard, but it would not be so severe. In her day, in plays and things like that, somebody like that, she has to be killed at the end. So that's Wedekind then. What she really is a very beautiful woman who wants to have fun. And she's not actually hurting anybody. It's that the men go crazy for her. But she's just having a good time. She doesn't want to get married or do this or do that or do that. She just wants to have fun, but the men can't stand that.
So how did you get to know about Lulu? Because the story is 100 years old.
Well, I mean, Hamlet's longer than that. Time has nothing to do with this. It's the attitude towards morals. That's what this is actually about. That's why that power underneath it, because men turn on her because they're in love with her, and she is not in love with them, but she's not doing anything wrong. She's having a good time the way you would or I would. But that still doesn't work out even these days. So that's what Lulu is about, and that's probably the reason Lulu has lasted all these years.
If you talk about time, especially in Metallica, you had kind of like reinvented yourself in the last 20 years. The Black Album, the orchestral album, S&M, Sankt Anger as well. How important is to kind of like reinvent yourself as an artist?
What do you mean by reinvent as opposed to a big palette?
To come up with new styles, new designs, new looks.
Yeah, but you're talking about it as though it's a one-trick pony. They only know the color red.
No, it's just a question because there's
but I'm asking you the question. Why are you making it? Why are you being so restrictive when you talk to them? They didn't have to reinvent anything.
Oh, it's not restrictive.
They have a large vocabulary, which helps when you're
but
trying
that's
to
my
read.
question. How important is it, even though like the old approach on playing music is pretty successful, to come up to do something new? Is it like, well, we want to change because it's more fun for us?
No, it's not that it's new. It's just us. We're being Metallica. We're being Metallica, and if you want to follow the free spirit of Metallica, then come along. If you don't agree with it or understand it, then stay with whatever album you like best, I guess. I don't know. We like to go. We like to. We're world travelers. We like to do lots of things, and we don't like to be stuck in a little box.
We had the chance to ask those people here and in the internet if they want to ask you some questions, and we have a lot of questions, especially the first one to Lou Reed is from Michael.
From the internet now.
It's a question from the internet, yeah.
That's so fabulous.
It is.
It's a question asked by someone I can't see who'll be watching YouTube tonight.
Because this person is in Berlin and this question is about Berlin. It's like Mr. Reed, you recorded an album called Berlin, and on Lulu there's a song called Brandenburg Gate. What is so fascinating about Berlin for you?
It seems to me the most symbolic of cities in Germany. When Cabaret, all these amazing plays. that came out of Berlin. Film noir, the incredible films made, like, and I'm sure I'll be corrected about this, Metropolis, M, Peter Lorre, and those great things by Nosferatu. Thank you, Kurt. Why don't you tell him about that?
Well, no, you started it.
We have another question for all of you guys. It's from Niels in Düsseldorf. He wants to know, will the project Lulu be continued somehow? Maybe different shows, a theatrical production with music as a soundtrack, for example?
As a what?
As a soundtrack for like the big theater production Metallica is playing behind.
I mean, we're trying to figure out. We're 4 days into this now, taking this on the road. We played in England a couple days ago, with France a couple days ago. Now we're here. We're having a lot of fun. And tonight we're playing, you heard a song that we haven't still played live, and there may be 1 or 2 more coming. So we're kind of just, we're taking this in small increments. Obviously the idea of staging it in a live situation could be fun, but it's also incredibly challenging. Those are 90 minutes of music that are not particularly easy to sort of play. I mean, you really have you think it's difficult to listen to, you should try and play this shit. So we take it in small increments, and so I think that there's definitely I think the idea, like Nils is saying, is that maybe doing a theatrical production, maybe getting David Turner, who did the artwork, or somebody involved in doing a kind of theatrical visual thing, is obviously could be a pretty cool thing. But we're taking it kind of small steps. We've had a lot of fun this week, and I think when this week is done, we got to go to Italy tomorrow, and when this week is done, we'll kind of reevaluate and see what's next.
But is there kind of a plan to go on tour with Lulu?
No, there's no plan right now. There's no plan to tour. We've talked about potentially staging this in a theatrical presentation, but beyond that, there's no plan to tour, no.
Okay, another question is to all of you guys, and especially to Lou Reed. It's from Lars, from Dresden. What's your favorite song on the album, Lulu?
Oh, I'm in love with all of them. My favorite song is always the one we're playing.
The last question before you go back on stage is to Metallica. It's from Peter in Munich. Are the rumors true that the new Metallica record is done and released soon? It's going to be released soon.
That is not true. I've got. But is there anybody in here that has a question? No. I'm fabulous, babe. How are you? There's some person we can see. No? All right.
You're going to play now the song Dragon. What's the song about?
The song what?
Dragon.
Oh, Dragon. Karen.
It's about 9 minutes.
That's the edited version. The single version.
We had a lot of titles for it. And I remember all of them, unfortunately. Because life would be a lot simpler if it was just Dragon, but there's 7 or 8 other titles that preceded it on the way. And you want to know what it's about?
Yeah, I think we all want to know what it's about.
Unrequited love. That's what most of my things are about.
Perfect.
Betrayal. Emotional betrayal. You don't really care. You don't care the way I care. That's a situation that's going to be resolved probably in a very bad way. That's why it ended up being called Dragon, as in...
You want to play it now?
Okay.
Yes.
Happy days.
Thank you very much.